Yay! Good morning everyone. I lost my camera for a long time. I lost my camera for ages and I was like half recording on my phone, but then I felt like I was gonna lose all the videos. Am I in focus? So yeah, I just haven't been recording near as much as I wanted to. I'm now 1 day shy of 32 weeks pregnant, I think. And there's a lot going on, but I have to get Hayden ready for school, so I'm gonna do that first and then come back. Oh, we've just come back from Lollipops and now we're on our way to Nana's. Now I'm at work and doing 33 bonbons and 36 bonbons. I'm gonna put these little Easter bunny things in, they're cute. I'm really struggling to get through this shift. This shelf has fallen down. Must have been a bracket here. Don't know where it's gone, so now I've got to fix that. I just realised I didn't bring my drill bits. So this is going to be pointless. I do have a screwdriver attachment. But I don't know if this is just like, if these are going to bore straight into the wall. I don't know if this is going to work. Working till 9 o'clock and I'm tired, but it's the rib pain. It was bad before I even started and now it's really bad. I also can't just go straight home. My car's leaking oil. Drive my car from the shops to Robin's. I'm not going to have time to fix it tonight. And then I'm going to borrow Robin's car, drive home, use Robin's car tomorrow to get everywhere, and then fix my car if it's just the sump plug. But I have a feeling it's the oil filter isn't screwed on properly. So I'll have to call RAC. So, Joyce. My car has no oil at all. Like, it is all over the floor and all over my engine, and there's none in the actual where the oil is meant to go. And I was hoping it was just I hadn't tightened the sump, but my ribs are so sore. It's not, it's the oil filter. It's a long story. I'll finish the story tomorrow, I think, in the next video, I guess. Unless these become one video, but I'm in so much pain from my ribs and I can't breathe and everything hurts. And yeah, anyway, I'm stranded late night shopping and I'm just in the staff car park, can't go anywhere because I've got no oil. Luckily Robin's going to come pick me up and then I'm going to borrow her car tomorrow. And then, thank goodness I'm in staff parking and not the 3-hour parking. That would have been bad. Although I know half the security guards anyway, so. Yeah, I'm going to finish the video here because I'm tired and waiting for Robin and in a lot of pain. And yeah, bye peoples. Good morning. I feel like I've got the pregnancy, like my face seems bigger when I look at the, I haven't looked, it's morning, it's early. I haven't looked at like the little viewfinder for so long and I think I'm like starting to swell. Because I just feel like I'm bigger in my face. I'm very tired. I am 32 weeks today. There has been so much going on. It's been a bit of, the last month and a bit has been a bit Murphy's Law, not just for me, but for literally everyone. Work has had a lot of drama, and especially not good in the lead up to Easter, but the drama they've had is never good. Like, deaths in the family and stuff like that. We had a death in the main family, and because it's a family business, that put everyone out. So I was picking up extra shifts. doing a lot more from home, trying to like organise and sort things out and keep on top of all the staff and whatnot. And then we also had one of our the staff that works with me on the Thursday, one of our regular staff members also had to up and fly overseas because her mother passed away. And then she flew back, and like days later her brother had a heart attack. So and then our other staff member so we were down to basically me and this one other girl, and then we were training up the cake decorator, the new cake decorator we'd got. We were training her to open and close just so we had someone else. The other common regular staff member got COVID, so it was literally down to me. I was the only one that knew how to open, knew how to close. We're training up the cake decorator, who has now quit, by the way. The upcoming week is the week before Easter, so we've got 2 weeks to Easter. I don't think she'd done cake decorating before, but she had done like the decorating baubles for Christmas and stuff. She was good at it, like her decorations were lovely, but she was having trouble getting the actual like icing right and spending so much time on the icing, and stuff just kept going wrong. And then she also had like personal issues going on as well with like finance problems and car problems and like Murphy's Law, it's going around. So she's just had to pull out right before Easter, so now we don't have a cake decorator for Easter. And then also one of the regular staff, we basically got 2 girls, and we were fully training them up. One of them was going to continue my shift once I got maternity leave, and they were basically working full-time over the Easter period. And one of them got offered another job, and she was like, I can still come for the Saturday Sunday shift. And I was like, we've got a lot of juniors, and some years Easter falls on the school holidays, so we have a couple of juniors. We usually give work experience to a couple of juniors, and it's like we have all of them, but like the weekend's never the issue. And even like one of our previous employees now has a job Monday to Friday, but she'd still come back and help out on the weekends if we needed her. Like, weekends aren't an issue. I spent a little bit of yesterday doing at work and not at work, going through all the resumes that we'd said the position had been filled, and I was going back through them and like, oh, actually it's not been filled, please come back. So I found someone, the roster's hopefully figured out, hopefully everything's good. If anyone is sick, we're doomed. We're just doomed, basically. Work's been hectic, as you can probably imagine. Also, it's a small business. It's a family-run business. I know that, like, I shouldn't put that much effort and time behind the scenes at home into a workplace and not get paid for it. My mum has always done it. Like, I always used to say, you should be getting paid for this, and now I'm doing the same. But I'm like, for certain businesses, it's like, it's not a massive, like, chain company. Like, if they don't do well, A, I lose my job. B, people I care about, like, I'm close-ish with the family now, like, they're real people, you know what I mean? Like, they're people I see and interact with and communicate with daily, and they will be out of jobs, they'll be severely impacted, they'll lose their whole life. Like, John, the boss, John Walker Chocolatier, took over the company from his father. It was originally a candy company, John Walker Candy Co. He sold the candy aspect of it and focused in on the chocolate, and like, that's been his entire life. Obviously I care, and I would like the shop to succeed, and I would like to help in any way that I am capable of helping. So yeah, I like to put in a little extra effort. Can't do much with all the kids and this one on the way, but like, just when I was at Bunnings, I just bought a couple of extra. I bought a little a hinge in my head bracket. So I fixed the shop. There was a shelf in the shop that had fallen down, so I fixed that. last night, and just like doing rosters at home, and like I designed what, darling, you want more drink? I do a couple of like designing posters and promotional material at home on my computer and stuff. Do some stuff behind the scenes. Yeah, I shouldn't do. I should be getting paid for it, but I'm happy with the rate I'm on. I'm happy with the company. I get perks in chocolate. But yeah, that's all the drama that happened to everyone else. Meanwhile, my auntie Chris, my aunt passed out a few times and ended up in hospital. Thought it was her heart. Her heart seemed fine. Couldn't figure it out. And she had a couple of weird things with her platelets. And when she was about to be sent home, her heart stopped. And like just a couple of weird things going on. Turns out she has cancer. Untreatable, terminal cancer. So it's, my baby brain's forgotten the name. Myo, because it's in the bone marrow. Something plastic syndrome. It's basically the cells in her bone marrow themselves are cancerous and not working the way they should be, and they're not producing the important stem cells that the bone marrow should be producing. Primarily for her, platelets. She's basically was continuously anemic. Like her iron was great, high if anything, but she was anemic. So, of course that's the sound in the background. So this happened amidst, like, when I was taking over the shop, doing everything. Currently, Auntie Chris she has pneumonia in both lungs, chest infection. She was doing okay, but I want to go over there. It'll stress her out too much because she's a former midwife, and like she doesn't want me flying and around all the germs on the plane with the baby. The rest of my family's gone over. My sister went over, and she's now become Auntie Chris's carer because Auntie Chris is terminal. She can get, and Sky's gone over there and is like basically doing everything for her, taking her home for home visits. She can't stay at home, but she can go home occasionally to visit. Taking after all her cats and animals and basically doing everything for her. So Sky can get carer's payment. She was going to go over there and do that and just suss everything out, and basically she sussed it out and it's not as good as Auntie Chris was saying it was, which we all expected or suspected. And yeah, so Mum and Grandma booked flights. They are flying out tonight. It's Friday. So it's like super late tonight, super early Saturday morning. Oh, and in the midst of all this, or this was before all this, Luke's family had drama as well with his mum tried to like go on Centrelink, and she's like a year off the pension age, and she needed to find a job, and her doctor basically said, you can't get a job, like you're not well enough to get a job with, I thought it'd be her diabetes, but it's actually her back and knee. He was like, you can't sit or stand long enough for most jobs, and in the midst of that, Luke's aunt basically got laid off. But you want to go on the couch again? She's been like laid off and kept on and laid off and kept on so many times, it's ridiculous. But there is a 3-month wait. She can go on the pension. She's more than beyond the retirement age, and her financial advisor basically effed up her super. Luckily, when they were trying to get the financial loan for the car that they now have under, I think it's under Kerry's name, because Robin was on Kerry's payment, so it couldn't go under her name or something like that. But when they were trying to get the financial loan for the car, it wasn't working, and I looked into everything. And yeah, they're lucky I looked into everything, because the financial advisor really stuffed her around and was like, long story. He was basically charging an excessive fee to start with, to do nothing. And he did invest a few things. No major amazing investments, but he invested, I think, like $6,000 or something. And then he also wasn't telling her, but he was actually paying her out of her super. So, and then he was taking large chunks of it. So he was basically, if you're retirement age or close to retirement age and still working, you can take like partial super. And he'd started doing that like the instant she was able to. Hadn't told her, and so she thought she was getting this money from the government. Like she thought it was coming as part of her like Centrelink, because it came in separately to her paycheck, I think. And so she thought she was getting this money from the government on top of her work money. And then it turned out the entire time it was coming from her super, and the reason it was so ridiculously low is because he was taking a chunk out of it. She doesn't have enough super to retire. I helped her apply for the pension 2 months ago now, 2.5 months ago now. But it's a minimum 3-month wait. She won't see it until end March, start of April. At least she'll get a back pay. Although she might not get much because she's obviously had to continue working to be financially stable and survive. So I don't know how much she'd actually be eligible for with how much she's been working to get by. So she might not actually get that bigger back pay. But then there's all the pregnancy stuff, which I'm applying for a home birth. I need, because this one ended up in the NICU. Can you tell? Can you tell that he ended up in the NICU? Can you tell that he ended up in the NICU? Had nothing to do with the place of birth, but because he had a significant neonatal complication, I have to get a tick of approval from an obstetrician that I can home birth, like that it'll be safe for me to home birth. I don't see why it won't be, because A, that should have been a fluke. What happened to you should have been a fluke. It had nothing to do with the place of birth, and he got the care needed regardless of where he was. Like, he got on oxygen, he had the transfer, like everything that happened is what would have happened in the hospital anyway. Obviously he got transferred to PCH because he then went downhill and couldn't get the care even in the hospital that he needed, that we were in, Armidale Hospital. I don't know whether to bring it up or not, but like, I went fast with him. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to a hospital. Like, I'm going to bring it up and say I went kind of faster than I expected with him, and I don't want the stress of starting labour and thinking, do I need to go straight to hospital to make it, or can I drop the kids off, get home, like, you know what I mean? Like, I won't say I went super duper quick and don't think I'll make it to hospital. I'll say I don't want the stress of wondering if I have to go to hospital to make it on time, whilst I'm also dealing with the other kids. And it's better for my mental health because hospitals stress me out. I just don't want to have to fight the system whilst I'm in labour. Like, I want to do it my way in the comfort of my own home without all these people, basically. And who wouldn't want to give birth in their brand new house that is falling apart? We won't go there. The list of things to fix is growing very long. So it's 6:43. I don't know if I should turn this into a vlog or a bunch of different videos, like life update section just happened, and then pregnancy update section, or video. I'm getting pregnancy update reflux just threw up in my mouth. Put way too much sugar in that bowl. I must have been zoned out because I was talking on the camera, but like the bottom of the bowl was just like granules of sugar that hadn't landed on the Weet-Bix, and it turned the milk sweet, and it was just gross. Get ready for school, and we're going to go a bit early because I have to go to the market to get a piece of fruit for the shared fruit bowl at kindy for Hayden. Then we're going to go to, not kindy, I still say kindy, pre-primary, to big school. And then we've got to go to school. And I've got a midwife appointment. Actually I had two. I had one at 9 AM through CMP and one at 10:30 AM through the normal hospital Armidale system. I cancelled the 10:30 one, going to the CMP one. It's at 9 in Atwell, so I was like, kind of pushing it, like, I drop Hayden. I think it's about 20 minutes away, maybe just under, but like by the time I drop Hayden off, his bell goes at 8:30, his class usually opens a couple of minutes after that, or like 8:32 sort of thing. Then by the time we get inside, get his lunchbox out, put his water up, like say goodbyes, all that sort of stuff, even though I probably could just literally just walk in the door and leave, because I didn't even get a cuddle yesterday. I had to cuddle him. It was like the cold shoulder. I like to stick around until he's settled and I know everything's good. Because there's a few times I've like gone to leave and he's like yelling out the gate like, "Mum, where's this in my lunchbox?" sort of thing. Got Levi back to the car and him in, and then found the place, found parking, figured out where I meant to go, walked there with Levi. Like, I was going to be cutting it really close. My mum, Gra, is... That's not her name, by the way. That's what the kids call her. She couldn't say grandma or grandpa when she was little, so her grandparents she called Big Gra and Little Gra, because she could say Gra, and one was really tall, one was not. We were trying to sort out what names to call everyone. Luke's mum got Nana, but Grandma was babysitting. My uncle had his kids. They're only a couple of years older than Hayden is, so that she was getting called Grandma constantly. And we were like, and she didn't want to be called Great Grandma. Maybe we'll just call her Grandma. Like, she's technically a great grandma, but I call my Auntie Chris, who's technically a great Auntie Chris. Like, it's fine. But then, what should we call Mum? My mum? We settled on Gra. Just Gra. Just love their Gra. Anyway, she's coming up. We'll meet her, so that we don't have to change car seats or anything. We'll meet her at school, because I usually get there early and let the kids play for a bit. Then I'll just go just before the bell goes, and she can do the actual proper drop-off. So let's make lunches.